Antonelli, Cook, Norris, Piastri, Verstappen, Behrman, Sainz, Leclerc, Solov, Lindblad, Crawford, Perez, Ugo Chuku, Slater, Fornaroli, Colapinto, Hajar, Camera, Bortoletto, Lawson, Russell, Stroll, Dunn, and Gabriele Mini. I believe it's enters? Yes. Okay. It's lights out. And away we go for the Australian Grand Prix. Norris already trying to put me on the back foot by the looks of it, but it just did not. It worked. He got by me. No. Verstappen already passed Piastri. That is good in his hopes on the win. Hajar is just going to be trying to score points today. That's pretty much the main goal of the Red Bull team for him. Probably. I hope. It's Piastri. Piastri gained back by Verstappen and passes me. Colin, no. Solov already passed Leclerc. Okay, there we go. Around the outside, and it's a good pass from as. Okay. So we're seeing Ugo Chuku. Hajar thought about it, but decided against it. Carlos Sainz moving his way up the grid, already up to P6. That is a definitely good, helpful taste of what's to come for Williams, I think. And if Sainz will want to stay in with the team, as there's a sector yellow for some odd reason, I will find out why later. No, I wish the game would tell us why there's a sector yellow. Like, oh, is there off track, and who's off track? Probably will suggest that. Next yearly update. Next, big year update. So we're seeing Hajar. He thought about making a move around Colapinto, but decided against it, as Antonelli has a huge gap over Norris, and then it's me, Piastri, Verstappen, Behrman, Sainz, Solov, Lindblad, and Leclerc are your top 10. Charles Leclerc makes a successful pass on the V-carb of Arvid Lindblad. As we can see, Hajar's just now going to try to pull away from Bortoletto and everybody behind. As Franco Colapinto gets by. Oh, is that Stroll trying something? Yeah, it was. But it was in the track limits. How unfortunate, as we see Lindblad just being able to hold off the Ferrari is very impressive from him. There are rumors emerging about Perez most likely announcing his retirement, and who could be in the speak? Could be in their team. Could it be driver already in the sport, or do they go with their remaining Cadillac Junior, Matty? So, yeah, it's going to be a tough decision for Cadillac to make on if the rumors of Perez going to announce his retirement are true. So, we'll just wait and see. No, they're just rumors, so it may not even happen. He may just stay in Formula 1, and depending on Ugo's performance, if they'll drop him. As we can tell, rain is and looks like it's starting to calm down a little. So, soft tires may not be for long. They may need a pit soon. We'll wait and see. As we can tell, Alex Dunn is up to P15, 22, which last year would have been last place, as Gabriele Mini gets by him. I mean, yeah, Porsche's just so bad. Like, they're just being carried by George, because, oh, man. As we can tell, Kimi Antonelli is on another improvement lap. It has been quick from the young Merc driver. Kimi to the line. It's going to be not a faster lap by the looks of it. I don't know. It's Lando Norris. Yep. Ferrari getting past Piastri there, as Hedger's just taking his sweet time. He knows the race is long. He's just trying to not make any big mistakes that could ruin his race, which is definitely the right call, as Sainz gets by Oscar. It's not a bad move from the Spanish driver. Oh, here comes Solov as well. Oscar covering him off the inside, around the outside to get the inside. But now it's around the outside again. But then it's going to be to the inside and the outside again. I don't know what's going to happen. Perez could get in the mix here as a middle finger to Red Bull, as Solov does not get past Piastri. He holds on. As Leclerc, I didn't even notice, he's down in P12. As Isaac Hadjar is closing up. And Norris gets past Kimi. Kimi tried to block him. Fornelli made contact with Leclerc. Oh my goodness, this race is now heating up. Leclerc down at P14. He must have an engine issue. Leclerc must have an engine issue, guys. There is no other reason why he would be struggling this much this early on. As we see, Kimi has gotten back by Lando, but how much energy did Kimi use? Answer, probably most of it. Yep. As we see, Max Verstappen is just trying to survive this race. I don't think he's getting no podium, but the safety car can change things. We see Isaac Hadjar slowly but steadily catching Leclerc. As, yeah, it wasn't a good race from Leclerc. As Perez gets passed by Slater. Uga Chuku, not doing the greatest. I think I'd expected him to do better based on his resume of being the F2 World Champion and the runner-up to F3, but then again, the Cadillac is a bad car, and he's a rookie. As we can just tell, Charles Leclerc is slowly closing in on Fornelli, and Hadjar is closing in on Leclerc. As Perez is the last driver on the points right now, and Hadjar gets by Leclerc and tries Fornelli, got close to contact. Fornelli trying to block the middle. Does Leclerc try anything? No, he backs out of that attempt to pass. And Fornelli just gives up on the Hadjar position. Here comes Charles Leclerc around the outside, and it's a pass. He's got to defend it from the outside, and he's secured it. As Kimi Antonelli has been passed by Lando for the lead. Piastri is getting chased down by Lindblad and Solov. Jack Crawford is battling Freddie Slater. Kimi Antonelli, fastest sector 3. Hadjar closing in on Perez for that final point. Kimi Antonelli trying to catch back up to Lando. Charles Leclerc has just fallen out of Hadjar's grasp. What is happening to the Ferrari? Oh, Fornelli on Colapinto. It's good defense from the Italian, and good battles going around today. Here comes Oscar Piastri trying to catch Carlos Sainz. Stroll, Lawson, and Bortoleto. Bortoleto making a pass on Rafael Camara. Stop. Piastri seems to have lost grasp to the Williams of Carlos Sainz, as Perez is kind of closing in on Slater, who's closing in on Crawford. Knock it off. Nicholas Solov and Arvid Lindblad are having a good battle right now. Hadjar around the outside of Sergio Perez. Perez fighting back. Hadjar backed out of it, looks like. As you can tell, it's just battles, battles, battles. It's clear the top 5 are in the league of their own, but whilst the top 4 pretty much set in stone right now on where they'll finish, but safety car could still happen. As we see. Or the rain stops and it just causes chaos in the pit lane. Slater holding on to P11. That'll be good for Audi. Hadjar is just... It just seems now hard to pass in the rain. As Oscar Piastri is gaining on Carlos Sainz. Franco Colapinto seems to be having a decent day, but the Alpine is also not one of the greatest cars. We can now clearly see as Charles Leclerc has gained on Hadjar, and who's also gained on Sergio Perez. Who will make the first move? Will it be Leclerc on Hadjar or Hadjar on Perez? Or will none of those happen and they just take each other out? Battle between Piastri and Sainz just not heating up as I thought, as the V-Carbs are just doing their own thing. The battle between Alpine's Franco Colapinto and Williams Fornaroli are doing pretty good right now. They're holding each other's own as the rain is just getting lighter and lighter. Now, as it has stopped, as can be seen on the dash, on the T-cams, who's going to make the first stop? If I were them, I would wait at least one lap. Because the earlier you pit, the worse your tires are going to do under cold conditions. So Russell and Dunn are kind of having a mini Porsche fight. Norris stays out, Antonelli stays out, Collins stays out. What will Verstappen do? Verstappen, minor mistake, or is that him signaling he's pitting? Max is pitting. Max Verstappen has pitted. Behrman is pitting as well. Okay, pit stops are now happening. Now, these guys staying out, the top 3 staying out one lap. Could that make the difference on if where they stand in the final positions? Hadjar, Behrman. Here comes Sergio Perez. Damon Hahn, my goodness. Top 3 are pretty much set in stone unless a mistake happens from one of them. As we can tell, Verstappen, Behrman, and then Lindblad has jumped Piastri as Crawford is now on softs, Slater hards, Solov hards, Perez on softs, Hadjar now on hards, Leclerc on hards, Fornaroli still pitting. He's losing positions due to that mistake between. And now the leaders, they're in now. They're coming in. That one extra lap, could that mean the difference? as Norris is on softs. Kimi's on hard, so Norris is guaranteed a 2 stop extras. Colin on hards, so he's going to the end, hopefully. Mini on mediums, he may pit again. But hards are guaranteed you don't have to pit again unless there's a issue with the cars. Hajar kind of closing in on Sergio Perez, who's closed in on Solov, who you can just see that grip is not where anybody wants it right now. They're just holding on for dear life with those tires. Oliver Behrman holding on Verstappen, but it seems that Verstappen now made a mistake pitting 1 lap earlier than the top 3. It is clear as day that was a mistake from everybody. Oh, and Russell, eesh. Russell now struggling on those softs. Could not get them fired up, and now he's a lap down. As nobody's wanting to pass. It is now that impossible. Crawford to the inside. He tried it. It just didn't work out. Isaac Hadjar, Charles Leclerc, Verstappen takes a warning. My guess is he just lost the rear. Yep, looks like it. Leclerc and Hadjar. Here comes Piastri. Took a track limits warning. Seems like they're just taking the normal racing line and just struggling with it. As Nicholas Solov, it's a battle for P11. Piastri is just holding on for a P8 finish by the seams of it, but things can change. Solov, Perez, Hadjar. So we can see that those softs are kind of helping Perez stay in front. As Rafael Camara pretty much holding up Bortoleto, Fornaroli, Gabriele Mini. And now everyone's on a fast lap. As here comes Lando Norris. Set the fastest lap of the race. Antonelli. So we can see Piastri takes 2 track limits warnings, 1 more, and it's a penalty. Kimi Antonelli, currently running second. Hadjar lost a position to Leclerc. Perez, it's pretty much a battle for P11 for ways, with it being Solov, Perez, Leclerc. Hadjar's kind of fallen back, clearly struggling with ERS management. Verstappen holding on for dear life. So we can see Sainz, Lindblad, Piastri, Crawford. And then there's Slater, Solov, Perez, Leclerc, Hadjar, Colapinto, as Leclerc takes a track limits warning. Ugo Ugochukwu having a decent rookie start, being P16. So we can just see that drivers just don't seem to be comfortable with their year's cars, as Verstappen has just not been able to close up the gap as much as I thought he would. Canelli, fastest sector 3 of anybody so far. Norris is just now getting affected by lap traffic, so it's affecting his gain on Kimi and Colin. Carlos Sainz is having a pretty good race so far, he being P6 out of Piastri, Lindblad, Crawford, Slater, Solov, and Leclerc, all being in the points so far. So we can see Hadjar's just not been able to gain. Red Bull just need to bring upgrades. That's the only way. Oh, Leclerc tried something on Solov, but it just didn't work. Ferrari just not looking good this year. As Perez is holding off Leclerc, or trying to attack Leclerc. Perez being on the softs is helping him. And there's the pass for P13 or P12, the final point position. Hadjar and Leclerc, he just stopped using ERS or something. What is Hadjar going to do? Is he going to try a move? He is. On Perez. Around the outside. Holds off. Now let's see if Hadjar is going to be able to pull away. It looks like he is. Leclerc's down the inside. It's a pass. Now it's going to be Hadjar trying to chase down Solov, Slater, and Lindblad to get up into P9, which will be even better points than P12. So I think Red Bull are just hoping for a top 10. As there's a sector yellow, and it's the two Hasses who have killed themselves somewhere. Oh, there they are. Okay. We will see what happened to them after the race. Oh, and Norris, he makes the easy, quick call to pit. Now, what will other people in softs decide? Norris holding on mediums, so that'll be an interesting play as Stroll and Russell are now pitting off their softs. Will Crawford do the same? So too will Parrot. Stop. Inside. Let's go. As the safety car is just, it could cause chaos now. Wonder what happened and who's at fault. The FIA are going to be looking very closely at who was at fault between, like, who hit who. It's Crawford pits to mediums. Staying ahead of, sliding behind Franco Colapinto. Sergio Perez looking not too comfortable as... Oh, Perez, does he get lapped? No, he will not. He falls just behind. And honestly, that's probably for the best. As P13 down will be lapped down. That is very, very concerning for a lot of people. And I think Kimi's going to be given that notion that, hey, watch out, like, there's going to be a lot of lap traffic when we go to green. Now, there's only 10 laps left in this season opener. The race was pretty clean and exciting, but now that we're in safety car period, a lot of interesting stuff is about to go down. And I mean, the field is just so spread out, like it's gonna get intense here real soon. as Dunn is actually beating his seasoned teammate George Russell, which is quite interesting. But Russell did. Carlos Sainz having a good day in Williams. As we see. Will the lap traffic be given the command to unlap themselves this lap? They do. They are given the command to unlap themselves. So, we're going green within the next 2 to 3 laps. And now the safety car is going to bunch up, slow down the top 12 who were not lapped, or at least not caught behind the safety car. So we should be going green with 7 to 6 to go. 7 to 6 laps to go. Don't think it's this lap, no. No, it's not this lap. We won't be going green when half the field is like a long way back. One thing I wish was in the game was a replay feature. Sucks that I have to record a crash that I couldn't see happen, so it just kind of blows. That's not a feature yet, which, believe me when I say I'm gonna suggest that in the next year's update. As in, like, Motoposter 27. So, I get Marco's confined to what he can do. Like, surely he can have a replay feature of some sort. Like, I don't know. I'm not really someone who criticizes people for what they can't do, because as someone who is challenged and also can't create games, I always respect people who can do stuff I can't do. So, yeah. Because I believe we are going green next lap. As in, lap 23 we're going green. So it's going to be in 6 laps race to the finish. As we see... as Leo Fornaroli is behind. I mean, these drivers are going to be trying to, any way possible, to score points. As we are all caught up, so we will definitely be going green this lap. But yeah, if you made it to this point of the video, comment some features that you would like to see in Monoposto, and I may try to suggest them in the next year's update. There's the call, green this lap. Safety car's ending. So here we go. Will we see Norris take the lead easily? His tires are fresh, softer, the softer compound, and fresher, but we have seen difficulty passing today. As Verstappen, after not being in contention for the win at all, is now in contention as Charles Leclerc is already trying to... Boy, stop. Piastri. Hedger goes wide. That's interesting. Hedger being in contention for the points is good. As Norris gets around his teammate Colin Cook. Oh boy. Now, or was it team orders? No, Colin's kind of clapping back, so it definitely was not team orders from the American. For the American, as Hadjar tried to fight bound Solov. Honestly, if I was Red Bull, I would have boxed Hadjar. I would have boxed him. Or at least pitted him. As Hadjar loses a position to Leclerc. Fornaroli fighting back against Colapinto. And now it's pretty much... It's Max Verstappen gets by Colin. Colin only in his third season and is fighting against the top dogs. Hadjar got past Crawford but passes him back. Crawford clearly has more experience this year as as Freddie Slater is in between the V-carbs. Now as Solov, Charles Leclerc's now trying to get in that battle for P10. Or no, it's P9. Oh, wow. Here comes, as Lando has passed Kimi for the lead. That was pretty much expected, but I didn't expect it this soon as... Oh, Behrman. Something happened to Behrman. Oh! Piastri gets involved. Oh, big crash. Big accident. Red flag's out. Antonelli's out somehow. Signs. What has happened? Oh my god. What just happened? How long was that cleanup? Green, 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 green. Lights are out and away we go. V-Carber, Hadjar, and Leclerc. Holy cow, they just got lucky with points. Verstappen now in contention for this win. What the frick just happened? Leclerc now passed Solov. Hadjar's now up to P8, but Norris now in a good position. But what? Now there are drivers with this new points format who are pretty much kind of screwed, to be honest here. Norris just won this race. Okay. Oh, Lindblad, what kind of block was that? Solov holding up. Was Solov given team orders by Red Bull? Like, what was that block from Slater? As Hadjar had a checkup, pretty much. So now drivers who probably shouldn't be in points are now in the points. This race is now crazy. So we see Stroll try to cover off Mini. Stroll have an issue. So he just got passed by two cars in one lap. In one straight. So we're seeing Norris fastest sector 1. Here comes his teammate as he's using ERS. Norris as well. Who's going to get the better... And it's Cook. By 0.3 of a second outperforms his teammate on that sector. Here comes Lando back to the inside. He sends it. Cook had nothing to do. Is he going to try something else here? Doesn't look like it, as it's Hadjar v. Slater for P7. I don't know if Hadjar has anything else, as it's just a McLaren fight for the win now. As Verstappen's just struggling as Cook puts in the fastest lap by 0.2 of a second. But in reality it isn't. I'll have to go back and see when the track was dry and who had the fastest lap then. Or at the fastest lap at the time of the red flag, because that's pretty much what I have to do, because this game's bugged. Hadjar up to P7 now. Trying to close in on Solov and Lindblad. V-Carb are looking very... As Max Verstappen, maybe I was too foolish to count him out yet. Because, and Ugo just blocking Perez there. But Fornaroli's just pretty much... Jeez. His time in McLaren clearly was just a... People underestimated him type of deal, and now it's just, everyone now expects him to perform. He is, as a 25 F2 champion, I expected him to struggle a little in 2027, but now it's just, there is no excuse for him. Like, he is definitely in struggle town. George Russell tried to move on Mini. It's kind of clear that Stroll's the worst driver on the grid. So bad that the two worst teams on the grid clearly are beating him. Stroll's going to be kicked out of Formula 1. I'm going to force that. As it's literally just Colin v. Norris now, as Verstappen's just got nothing. As we can tell, Hadjar is coming up to a P6 finish. That may be good. Colin got past Norris. Norris gonna try a new move down the inside. Unable to attack that corner more. Got much more ground there. Norris, followed by Colin, then Verstappen. Leclerc, Lindblad, Hadjar are the top 8. Followed by top 6, Followed by Olaf, Slater, Crawford, Ugo, Perez, and Fornaroli is the last driver in the points at the moment. As we can tell, the McLarens are definitely now either the best on the grid or Verstappen is not happy with his Mercedes. As Fornaroli's kind of closing in on Perez. I've lost ground. Holy cow. What happened? Leads by over 2 seconds. Here we go. Final lap of this race. It begins now. Final lap of this race. Norris seems to have it under control. For right now, at least. Lando, fastest sector 2 of anyone. And under rain conditions. And it was looking like he would win when the safety car was called after pitting. Then the red flag came. He's held on. Here comes Lando Norris to the line. He wins the Australian Grand Prix, followed by his teammate, Colin Cook, followed by Verstappen. Leclerc P4. Lindblad holds on for a top 5 finish over Hadjar. Solov. Freddie Slater in his first start finishes in the points. Crawford, Ugo Chukwu, Sergio Perez, Leo Forneroy, Bortoletto, Gabrielini finishes P14. Russell in P15 and Porsche. That's going to get them excited. Stroll and, unfortunately, Alex Dunn, who is the last of the finishers. Norris has started off the season strong, followed by his teammate of Colin Cook and Max Verstappen are your podium sitters. Norris, Colin, Verstappen, Leclerc. These are your top 12 and your points finishers, but in Monoposto doesn't show the reg change that I did for FGC, so yeah, we're just not gonna we're gonna ignore Monoposto Championship from now on. Goodbye. See you in Bahrain. A goodbye. Or no, wait, it's China. Yeah, you know what I meant. Bye.